Welcome back to Max 3 Picks, Week 7, baby. Let's get it. Oh, man. Hope you guys did good in Week 6. For your boy Mac, was not a great week for me, man. And right now, let me introduce you to a special guest. Boo Boo, the damn fool. This is how I feel right now, guys. I'm like a damn fool. This is Boo Boo the fool. Unfortunately, Boo Boo the fool, we went 1 for 3 in Max picks. And it's like I told you guys, the last time we had a bad week, you got Sadie the brown paper bag. This week, I feel like Boo Boo the fool because that's how Vegas had me with the spreads, guys. Oh, man. Not a great week. Not a great week. But we did go 1 for 3. You know, it's all good. That's how I be. Remember, I told you guys last week, you got to stay humble with this sports betting because you can be riding high one week and it bring you right back down to reality the next week. And it was just a weird week. A lot of dogs won. The dogs was definitely barking last week. We went 1 for 3 and barely got that. With the Chargers game, when I had placed that bet, I actually had got the Chargers +3. Originally, it was at 2.5, and if it was at 2.5, of course, that was not going to do because the Chargers won by 3. But let's get into my Week 6 recap, and then we'll get into my Week 7 picks. Hopefully, this be a better week for us. So my first pick we had in Week 6, we had took the Saints money line versus the Texans. Texans had won that game 20-13, and yeah, man, Saints had just looked like I don't know. Maybe I got caught up in the hype. They were trending up, especially against the Patriots. But maybe I had read that a little differently or read that wrong, should I say? Because the Patriots are just a bad football team right now, and as you can see. The Saints also just got dealt with by the Jaguars this past Thursday. But we had took the Saints money line. Unfortunately, the Saints started slow. Texans started fast. I did not expect the Texans' offense to start fast and put up points against the Saints' defense. But the Saints' defense has not been playing up to par. They're starting to look a little sluggish and sloppy. Derek Carr, he still looks like he's trying to figure things out in the offense. And, I guess sometimes I'm still thinking of the Drew Brees and the Sean Payton Saints, but that time has passed. This is no longer that. And Dennis Allen, he is not the best of the coaches. So unfortunately, we took an L there. Texas won the game again, 20-13. Now, this is the pick that made me really feel like a fool. Was this Buccaneers +3 against the Lions. Now, I thought, like I said last week, Buccaneers, Baker's been playing decent football with the Bucs so far. The Bucs were coming off a bye. Detroit was coming down to Tampa Bay. Jared Goff usually on the road is not good, especially outdoors. And Detroit was riding high coming off at this time, I want to say, a 3 or 4 game winning streak, riding high. So I thought the Lions were going to come back down to reality a little bit. But unfortunately, no, it was vice versa. The Lions were still going to ride high, and the Buccaneers came out super flat, man. Like Baker definitely looked like last year's Baker. He regressed. The Lions came out dominant on both sides of the ball. Only thing I like about the Buccaneers was the defense, but eventually the defense is only going to hold so much when Baker and the offense can't make complete drives down the field and put drives together to put points on the board. The defense is going to get worn out. So the Lions won that game 20-6, but really, if you actually watch the game, the score doesn't even justify how bad the Buccaneers offense looked. The Lions really probably could have put up more if they really wanted to. But we took the L there as well. And then again, took the Chargers originally at 2.5 when I had put the podcast out. But when I made the bet, I had actually got lucky and the spread had went up to 3. So I had took the Chargers +3 on my max 3. That's which I got lucky and got to cover that because the Cowboys won the game 20-17. But again, I did sprinkle some on the Chargers on the money line as well. Of course, we lost that. So max 3 guys, we went 1 for 3 with a late cover. I had got the spread at 3, but wasn't a good week for week 6. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes, guys. But I do hope you guys cash your tickets, whether you had your own tickets or wherever you put together. Like I said, this thing is a battle. We got 17 weeks plus the playoffs plus the Super Bowl. So it's going to be up and down weeks. You're not going to win every week. I don't care what no one tells you. Your best sports cappers do not win every week. You probably looking at a winning season for an NFL sports gambler is about 60%. So if you can be anywhere between, if you can just break even, you're winning. I know it's crazy as it sounds, but if you break even with a season of betting, that's a winning season for you. So let's keep it up. Let's get into my week 7 picks. Let's get it, baby. All right. So for my first pick in week 7, I'm taking the Rams money line against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are traveling out to LA to face the Rams. Currently, the spread is -3, favoring the Rams. The reason I like the Rams is I like the Rams offense. Yes, the defense could be a little lackluster. They're a little young, especially on the back end of the Rams defense. But I do like the offense, and this is where I think Pittsburgh is going to come into trouble. I know they're coming off a bye, but they do have to travel to LA. And then the Pittsburgh offense is kind of distasteful right now. Kenny Pickett in that offense, unless they made a total 360 off the bye, which I can't see them doing. So deep in the season right now. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and that Rams offense. Sean McVay is still one of the best offensive minds in the NFL right now. Even going up against a stout Pittsburgh defense, I still think the Rams will do just enough to put up enough points to go ahead and get out with the win against the Steelers. So I'm taking the Rams money line. Again, the spread's -3, but I'm going to take the line to be on the safe side. You guys do how you feel if you want to mess with the line. My next pick is going to be, I got to run him back. I know you guys are going to hate me for it. I got to run him back. I'm taking the Chargers +5.5 against the Chiefs. I know I'm running them back after they barely covered for me last week. But by saying that, what the Chargers do, they might not always win, but they do cover. So these games, especially divisional game against the Chiefs, the Chargers always play the Chiefs tough. And if nothing else, they always keep the games close to cover the spread. So that's one reason I like the Chargers this week. And then also, with the Chiefs, I do like the Chiefs, but the Chiefs haven't been playing, should I say, as dominant on offense as they normally have in our past years. The Chiefs' defense is really the one that's holding them on. It's surprisingly to say, and the offense have been a little lackluster at times. You know, you really only got Patrick Mahomes got one main target, which is Travis Kelce, and then it's just a whole bunch of other guys, as in Rice, as in Tony, as in Sky Moore, Valdez Scantley, but those are just kind of like pieces. Each of them does a part in the Chiefs offense, but it's not a 2 or 3 dominant guys as in past years. Even last year they had Juju Smith, which could kind of take some of the pressure off Kelce. So you at least had 2 dominant guys. So that's the other reason. And then the Chargers, man, the Chargers all-around team is a good team. Even with the Cowboys game, that game really could have went either way. The refs, I felt like, against the Cowboys were kind of dictating the game. I don't know if it's because the quote-unquote scuffle that happened. If you guys seen the game before the game came on, while the 2 teams were warming up, it was a little scuffle on the sideline. And I don't know if the refs was like, okay, we're going to call this game tight, because the flags were flying from the moment the coin flipped, man. The flags was just coming out the ref's pocket. So I feel like the Chargers had a chance to win that game. And I definitely feel like the Chargers have a chance to even win this game outright as well. But I'm going to take the Chargers +5.5 against the Chiefs in this divisional matchup. And then for my final pick, guys, I'm taking the Eagles money line against the Dolphins. I know the Dolphins are hot right now. They're the hottest thing since sliced bread right now, putting up 30-plus points on opponents. But I do think going on the road, up to Philadelphia is going to be a tough challenge, especially when Philadelphia just took that nasty loss last week against the Jets. Like, I know that's going to leave a bad taste in Philadelphia's mouth, so I know they're going to try to come out swinging here at home on a primetime game. The spread is only -3. It went from 2.5 up to 3. So if you guys do like this game, whether it's in a parlay or whether it's in a single ticket, I suggest you probably want to hop on it now because I do see the spread probably going up closer to game time. But I'm taking the Eagles money line in my max 3. I just feel like after the nasty loss last week, like you can see the Eagles starting to, even though they were winning, they were starting to trend down a little bit. So you can kind of feel, that was a little letdown spot last week for the Eagles, but I think sometimes it's good to get that loss out early and go through that adversity. And with a team like Miami, they kind of really haven't had any adversity yet. Most of their games, like I said, they've been blowing people out or been playing them tough. And I do think this is just a little letdown spot here. And then also, Miami on defense isn't like Miami on offense. Miami beats you because they're going to run the score up. On the other hand, the Eagles are all-around football team. The defense is stout and the offense is stout. And one thing about the Eagles, what they're going to do is they're going to run that ball or establish that running game to control the clock, control the ball movement, which is going to lessen the possessions that Tua and the Miami offense is going to have, meaning you're going to put more pressure on the offense to score because they're not going to have the ball multiple possessions because Philadelphia is just going to be eating up that clock with that running game. That's how I predict this game going out. Don't get it twisted. Miami is still going to put up points. I do envision this game being a high-scoring game, going over the total. But at the end of the day, I think the Eagles are going to come out with the win. So give me the Eagles money line. So let me go recap these picks. Again, I'm taking the Rams money line against the Steelers. I'm taking the Chargers plus 5.5 against the Chiefs. And I'm taking the Eagles money line against the Dolphins. And let's cash these tickets, baby. You guys don't forget to like and subscribe to the page if you like these picks. Again, I don't care if you take my picks, you take your picks. Remember to bet smartly, bet wisely. I don't care if you bet them singular, betting them parlay. And again, if you betting a big parlay, I'm always going to preach it. Try that round robin out, guys. This your boy Mac. That's my week 7 picks. Peace.